An inspection revealed a critical wiring issue with a water heater that requires immediate attention. The inspection report highlighted that a neutral wire was improperly connected to a breaker within the main electrical panel. This neutral wire, instead of maintaining a near zero voltage potential, was found to be carrying current, behaving essentially like a hot wire. Further investigation traced this errant neutral wire back to the water heater's wiring. Compounding the issue, the hot wire intended for the water heater was connected to a completely separate breaker. This configuration poses a significant safety hazard due to several factors. Firstly, the neutral wire is designed to provide a return path for current under normal operating conditions. When a neutral wire carries current due to improper wiring, it can lead to elevated voltage on metallic components of the appliance or electrical system, creating a shock hazard. Secondly, connecting the hot and neutral wires of a single appliance to separate breakers can disrupt the intended circuit protection mechanisms. Circuit breakers are designed to trip and interrupt the flow of current when an overcurrent or short circuit condition occurs. This protects the wiring and appliances from damage and prevents electrical fires. When the hot and neutral wires are on separate breakers, a ground fault or short circuit might not trip the breakers as intended, increasing the risk of fire or electrical shock. The fact that the water heater is currently wired to a 20-amp breaker raises additional concerns. It is crucial to verify that the breaker size is appropriate for the water heater's power requirements. Oversizing a breaker can prevent it from tripping in an overload situation, while undersizing it can lead to nuisance tripping. The recommendation is to immediately contact a licensed electrician to rectify the water heater wiring and ensure it is correctly connected to the main panel box. A licensed electrician possesses the expertise and knowledge of electrical codes to diagnose and repair the problem safely and effectively. The electrician will thoroughly inspect the entire wiring configuration, identify the root cause of the issue, and implement the necessary corrections. This will likely involve rerouting the neutral and hot wires to the appropriate terminals within the main panel box and ensuring they are connected to the same breaker. Furthermore, the electrician should evaluate the existing wiring and breaker to determine if any additional repairs or upgrades are necessary. This evaluation should include verifying that the wire gauge is adequate for the circuit's ampacity and that the breaker size is appropriate for the water heater's power consumption. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides guidelines for proper wiring practices and breaker sizing. For example, NEC Table 310.15 B16 specifies the allowable ampacities of insulated conductors rated up to 2000 volts, based on their size and insulation type. The electrician should consult this table to ensure that the wiring is properly sized for the circuit. Additionally, NEC Section 422.10 outlines the requirements for branch circuit sizing for appliances, including water heaters. This section specifies that the branch circuit rating should not be less than 125% of the appliance's rated current. Therefore, if the water heater is rated at 12 amps, the branch circuit should be rated for at least 15 amps. The electrician should also inspect the grounding system to ensure that it is properly installed and functioning correctly. A properly grounded system provides a low impedance path for fault current to return to the source, which helps to trip the circuit breaker and protect against electrical shock. The grounding system typically consists of a grounding electrode conductor connected to a grounding electrode, such as a ground rod or metal water pipe. The grounding electrode conductor should be sized according to NEC Table 250.66, based on the size of the service entrance conductors. During the repair process, the electrician should also check for any signs of damage or deterioration to the wiring, such as cracked or brittle insulation, loose connections, or corrosion. Any damaged wiring should be replaced to prevent future problems. It is also important to ensure that all electrical connections are tight and secure to prevent overheating and arcing. Over time, connections can loosen due to vibration or thermal expansion and contraction. Loose connections can create resistance, which generates heat and can lead to electrical fires. The electrician should use a torque screwdriver to tighten connections to the manufacturer's specified torque value. This ensures that the connections are tight enough to provide a good electrical contact but not so tight that they damage the terminals. In addition to the wiring and breaker, the electrician should also inspect the water heater itself for any signs of damage or malfunction. This includes checking the heating elements, thermostat, and pressure relief valve. The heating element should be tested to ensure that they are operating properly and not drawing excessive current. The thermostat should be checked to ensure that it is accurately controlling the water temperature. The pressure relief valve should be inspected to ensure that it is not leaking and that it is capable of relieving excess pressure in the tank. If any problems are found with the water heater, they should be repaired or replaced as necessary. In conclusion, the improper wiring of the water heater poses a significant safety hazard and should be corrected immediately by a licensed electrician. The electrician should thoroughly inspect the entire wiring configuration, identify the root cause of the issue, and implement the necessary corrections. This includes rerouting the neutral and hot wires to the appropriate terminals within the main panel box, verifying that the wire gauge and breaker size are appropriate for the water heater's power requirements, and inspecting the grounding system. Additionally, the electrician should check for any signs of damage or deterioration to the wiring and replace any damaged wiring. By addressing these issues, the safety and reliability of the electrical system can be ensured. It is imperative to address electrical issues promptly and correctly to prevent potential hazards and ensure the safety of the occupants. Regular electrical inspections can help to identify potential problems before they become serious and can help to ensure that the electrical system is operating safely and efficiently. It is important to use a qualified electrician for all electrical work to ensure that the work is done properly and safely. Attempting to perform electrical work without the proper training and experience can be dangerous and can lead to serious injury or even death. When hiring an electrician, it is important to check their credentials and ensure that they are licensed and insured. A licensed electrician has met the requirements set by the state or local jurisdiction and has demonstrated their knowledge and skills in the electrical trade. Insurance protects the homeowner in case of accidents or damage caused by the electrician. It is also a good idea to get multiple quotes from different electricians before hiring one. This allows the homeowner to compare prices and services and to choose the electrician who best meets their needs. When getting quotes, it is important to provide the electricians with as much information as possible about the electrical work that needs to be done. This will help them to provide an accurate quote. It is also important to ask the electricians about their experience with similar types of electrical work. This will help to ensure that they have the skills and knowledge to do the job properly. Before any electrical work is started, it is important to get a written contract from the electrician. The contract should clearly outline the scope of the work, the price, and the payment terms. It should also include a warranty for the work that is being done. This protects the homeowner in case there are any problems with the work after it is completed. It is important to read the contract carefully before signing it and to ask any questions that you may have. Once the electrical work is completed, it is important to inspect it carefully to ensure that it has been done properly. If there are any problems, they should be brought to the attention of the electrician immediately. The electrician should be given the opportunity to correct any problems before the final payment is made. By following these tips, you can help to ensure that your electrical work is done safely and properly. Remember, electrical safety is a serious matter and should not be taken lightly.